Alright, hello everybody and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a sorta weird, sorta quick video. We're just gonna do something I've been wanting to do for a little bit. So during the end of the sort of 1700s, they had these things that were kind of like machine guns called Puckle guns, alright? And so what I'm gonna do today is I'm gonna have a bunch of those face off against each other, and we're going to see who will win. It's pretty much an even fight, so I'm just gonna fill my troop list up with these guns. They're kind of like Gatling guns, except they fire just a bit slower. They're like Gatling cannons, if you will, and they only have 9 shots. I should mention that. So anyhow, we're going to fill up the British list with these guns. Yeah, like it says on that description, if you can read it, it says the Puckle gun is a tripod-mounted repeating heavy musket or small cannon, capable of rapid fire. Okay, well, it looks like we're all set up, so let's get into it. I hope everybody is doing alright. I'm doing quite well myself. I've got a pretty good break coming up from school here. Alright, so we've got our guns lined up in the field, limbered up. Limber just means they're ready to roll. I'll zoom in here to show you what that looks like. So the lads are on their horses, they've got the gun in tow. So let's get our men, get our horses, guns, up to the front lines. And I'm gonna fast forward this bit just because it's kind of boring to watch a bunch of cannon roll across the field at like 3 miles per hour. I should edit cartoon music over this. This is kind of funny. Yeah, no, I'm not very good at my own rendition of the Sonic theme, but I think you can kind of get the idea of what I'm talking about here. Alright, so actually what we're going to do now that they're in position is we're actually going to send some of them over to flank. Now, they are artilleries, technically, so they move, you know, at a snail's pace. Alright. We're gonna order the rest of these guys, most of them, some of them, to unlimber. I don't know why they leave these guys, like, way back here. Also, yeah, we're playing as Prussia, because why not? Alright. You guys move over here. So here are men. We've got, I'm gonna name you, Klaus. He's got his Puckle gun here, very nice, very silver, or like ivory. Oh, we got some action already. Here we go. Crossfire between the flank group, it seems, or, well, the British are firing into their ranks, rather. As you can see, they're not very accurate. They fire fast, but they're not very accurate. So it's pretty much a battle of who hits who, you know, it's like who hits who, you know, what happens with that. So we're going to get our flanking guns open in a second here. As you'll see, they'll just swivel them around right quick and open fire. Now unfortunately I picked a bad position because now these guys, now only the front gun can fire on here, but that's because I unlimbered them too early, which I will undo that mistake and try to get them lined up in a good position. Oh no, you do limber back up. You guys, line up. You have plenty of time, don't worry, don't rush. You good, man, you good. After all, these guys are not going to do much to you. Okay, so now that these guys are over here in their position, they're going to unlimber as well. And begin firing at their left flank, which is effectively defended. I mean, it's kind of hard to not be not run into a defended flank of artillery that can turn. So, yeah, this is gonna be kind of a long battle, to be honest with you. This is not gonna be very eventful. But that's alright, I mean, none of my videos really are. It's just me talking over a relatively boring battle. Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but you know whatever. Sorry for the silence. So yeah, these guys are pretty much just trading fire with the British. It's pretty. It's something. It's not very exciting. And now we're gonna view from. I think we're gonna try and view from the view of an artilleryman. So as we can see, we have nothing. We're just looking from the back of a horse. Let's see if I can get some more interesting view. Nope. We're just facing backwards like you do on a horse. But we can still see what they're looking at. You know, they're just firing at the boys. Still a pretty even fight, as we can see on the balance of power. I'm gonna try to move these guys up a little bit, and I'm gonna see if I can strike them from close. The closer they are, the more effective they'll be, so right now this is kind of just a slugging match, really. Nobody's really breaking. Oh wow, I actually broke an enemy artillery unit. I'm kind of surprised. That's a shock, I'm gonna be honest with you. Yeah, but you can see there's only like one guy dead in this unit. I think he was their loader though, so that gun is effectively out of the battle. So now these guys are doing nothing, so now it's just 3 guns over here. Looks like they're relimbering some of their artillery, I'm not sure why. They may be trying to do what I was doing and moving closer. They may also be trying to flank. I'm gonna leave these guys to cover these other guys. It looks like what they're doing is they're refocusing the artillery that we're firing at this flanking unit. I'm gonna send the other flanking unit ahead as well, because it seems like they're focusing on my main line now, which is problematic. Let me just check for quality, make sure my voice is not getting drowned out. I'm gonna turn down the game just a little bit. Okay, hopefully it's good. I don't know. If the volume is bad, it's alright. Yeah, it looks like I'm getting a bit drowned out, so I'm just gonna turn it down a little wee bit more. I'm not really, I'm not really worried about if I get drowned out, but man, we're actually breaking quite a few of them indeed. Alright, these guys need to unlimber, they're close enough now. Bro, unlimber, bro. Straight up. Okay. Good Prussian boys. They're looking pretty dapper. Let me just make sure. Okay, yeah, it doesn't look like I'm being drowned out now. Checking OBS for the maximum volume, the desktop audio hit, just to make sure that I am perfectly hearable. Okay, lads. Good luck. Have fun. Like you could have fun being an artillery unit in war. See, much more effective firing on those boys. Much more effective fire. Indeed. Indeed. When they're relimbering, they're even more vulnerable to our hail of fire. believe these lads are relimbered, so let's send them over here. As you can see, my tactical prowess has allowed me to gain the advantage on the British. It looks like they're closing in. However, this will also cause my artillery to be more accurate on theirs, which is probably a mistake for the British, to be honest. Yeah, a lot of their units getting broken now because they move closer. Critical error in tactics, really. You must not be close to your enemy when you're fighting with Puckle guns, it seems. Not like this sort of thing would ever happen in real life. Very few of these guns were actually ever made. Very few, and they were only used on a lost voyage by a rich noble to, I think, the South Pole. I could be wrong on that one, but you know, the fact of the matter is that they were hardly ever used. So little that, you know, there would not be even enough of these to probably make up. There might be enough to make up 2 units of them in this game. That would be about it. It seems they moved off away from my flanking unit, but that's okay. I think they're still in range. Yes, it seems they are once my guns get turned around. If they get turned around in time, that is. I don't know why these guys are turned this way. They need to not be turned that way. I also don't know why these guys are firing at my own men. That's not a good thing. Fire at your enemy. Okay, you guys need to be aimed that way. Yeah, it seems they've kind of countered my flanking action, but my main line is now shredding them because they got too close. These guys are not really doing much, honestly. I mean, they're too far away to really have effective fire. They're too inaccurate. I'm gonna relimber them and send them up. Everybody needs to get relimbered now. I told you to unlimber, but I shouldn't. Shouldn't I? These guys are also not really affecting very much, so I'm gonna move them up. I don't know what their limbering status is at this point. I think, yeah, they're relimbering. Okay, well. Yeah, this is probably not very interesting, to be honest. It's just pop-a-da-ba-da-ba-da-boop-pop. Shooting back and forth at each other. Back and forth, back and forth. It's kind of like a Star Wars battle. Kind of looks like one, huh? With the shots going back and forth across the battlefield. Indeed, indeed. Well, looks like we'll pull this one out as a victory. Seeing as most of their units are broken or near breaking, probably at this point. You are doing nothing back there, sir, so I'd like you to relimber. Yes, yes, it seems this flanking unit will be able to deal a pretty good blow to them. I'm actually going to unlimber them early, because if I do that, they'll be able to have more effective, they'll be able to have sort of ranked fire. I think these guys are kind of close enough. Let's unlimber them. See if they are. Alright. The volley from here should be starting any minute now. Ah, yes. Very good, very good. I don't know if these guys are gonna fire or not. Well, it looks like this battle is starting to wrap up. They are thoroughly outflanked at this point. Thoroughly. They're getting completely shredded by my guns. They did move up though, so they're doing alright damage to my guns. Yeah, it's kind of just boring, honestly. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of boring. Even I find this boring. And I find a lot of things that others would consider boring, not boring. To be real with you. Yeah, it just seems these guys are falling short pretty much. Which is unfortunate. I mean, we're not doing any damage to them at all. Absolutely none. So we need to limber up. These guys are pretty brave moving up here, but they're gonna get destroyed by my guns in a second. Yikes, they're within knife fighting distance at this point. Are they melee charging me? Mad lads, they're getting really close, but unfortunately that means my guns are more accurate, probably to a pinpoint at that range. So, unfortunate for the British that my guns are more accurate the closer you get. So are theirs, but they just could not handle getting ready in time. It seems they couldn't fire fast enough to counteract the fact that my guns are, my guns are more accurate at close range. It was just hard for them to counteract that fact when you think, here are my guns. They're really accurate at this range, and you can't really do anything about it because you're unlimbering or you're moving. So, interesting that most of their units are broken, but the game hasn't ended yet. I think, at least. Interesting. I wonder why the game hasn't ended. Something glitched? Interesting. Yeah, I'm confused now. Oh, interesting. One of their units is not broken. They should be now, though. Yeah, they are. Game still hasn't ended, though. Strange. You cannot tell me that there is a unit way out there, dude. No, he's all the way out there? Is he gonna come over here? He's outside of the map, huh? I don't know what's going on. The game hasn't ended. Which seems odd, considering all their units are broken. Or apparently they're not now. Alright boys, you know what to do. Open up on them. These boys are about to get it, let me tell you. They're messed. Or not, I don't know. We're kind of far out, so. Oh. I say oh, as there's no fire efficiency here whatsoever. I'd be impressed if we hit them at this point. Oh, one hit, good hit. This gun's down. Another hit. Oof. Poor guy. Yes. All the fire. Pour it on them, boys. Pour it on them. Alright, they're retreating. Anybody else want to not be broken? I wonder, is the game just not allowed to end? That would be problematic, to say the least. I wonder why these guys just get left behind. Are they anything special? Maybe they're the commanders. But I'm not really sure why the commanders would be left behind while the rest of the guns go ahead and start firing. Please don't tell me the reason that the game isn't ending is because of those guys over there. Alright, time to go chase them down, I guess. Relimber and going ahead and attack them. Trouble is, we can't even get out there. Interesting, that must be a glitch. That must be a huge glitch. Alright, I'm gonna fast forward this and see if anything happens. Oh, okay, the battle ended. Good stuff, good stuff. We only lost 121 men out of 360 deployed. They lost 256. Alright everybody, thank you for watching my YouTube video, and as always, have a nice day and goodbye.